Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome everybody to today's Srimad Bhagavad Gita Satsang. It's a great blessing that week after week, year after year, we all join. हम सब लोग एकत्रित होते हैं और इस सत्संग का हमको आनंद प्राप्त होता है. We all enjoy the glory of satsanga together. So thank you. We are still waiting for Swami Lalita Priyananda ji. She had something to catch up. So she will be here shortly, but we can get started in the meanwhile. I know you are all waiting, so we don't want it to be too long, and um, let us all join our hands in prayers. Thank Mother Earth, thank God, thank our Guru, and all the divine energies that are protecting us in this Kali Yuga and keeping us on the path of spirituality and bhakti. Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, energy, devotion, liberation. May we all be guided by these divine energies, and may we make satsang our highest priority, because that is the only wealth that will go with us. यही एक धन है जो हम सब के साथ जाता है. तो भगवान की कृपा आप सब पर रहे, आप सबका मंगल हो, कल्याण हो, हरि भक्त रहिए. May you all be pure hearted devotees of God, and that is the biggest blessing we can ask. So हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, शास्त्रों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanand Ji Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the holy scriptures, and to the divinity in each one of you. Let us pray for this universe. May there be peace and happiness everywhere. इस ब्रह्मांड के लिए प्रार्थना करें, सब और खुशहाली हो, शांति हो. May the hungry people find food. May the unemployed find jobs. May there be peace and harmony. And may we continue with humility and compassion and devotion. तो हम सब लोग संसार के कल्याण में लगे रहें. May we be all instruments of God and Guru. May we be, हम सब भगवान के उपकरण बनकर सेवा करते रहें. That is our humble prayer for this whole universe, to keep us pure and also to keep us humble, and that we serve completely selflessly. हम बिना किसी उद्देश्य के, बिना किसी प्राप्ति के भगवान के चरण में बैठ के उनका ध्यान करें, उनका पूजा करें. So with this, let us read our Guru's message for today. Swamiji says, blessed self, adorations, Divyatman, Ashirvad. Discover the presence of God deep within your heart. God resides in you. It's okay if we go to temples and spiritual places and nature. So many things we do to find ourselves, our happiness. But भगवान का निवास आपके अपने हृदय में ही है. देहो देवालय प्रोक्तो. They say your heart is the purest temple. At the Atma level, we make it impure because of all our muck that we put in. But otherwise, it's a temple. So we should, satsanga is cleaning, safai karna, जैसे हृदय का सफाई करना है. So that is where the real God resides. Let the miraculous touch of divine love transform every part of your being. तो भगवान की चमत्कारी शक्ति आपको छुए और उससे आपका प्रत्येक अंग परिवर्तित हो जाए. भगवत भक्ति में परिवर्तित हो जाए. May we all become divine instruments. May that light shine through. तो वो कब चमकेगी? जब हम उसको चमकाएंगे. When we shine that light, meaning we have to remove the impurities. जो जो हमारे अंदर अशुद्धि है उसको हम ही को शुद्ध करना होगा. We have to remove that impurity and make it pure. Instead of pride, develop the virtue of humility. तो गर्व और अहंकार के बजाय हम नम्रता का गुण लेके आए. वो तो हमें वाइसेस से परे हटकर गुणों को बढ़ाना है. वी हैव टू इंक्रीज आवर वर्च्यूज एंड इरेडिकेट द वाइसेस. इंस्टेड ऑफ एंजाइटी एंड स्ट्रेस, develop a sense of sweet surrender in God. Anxiety, stress, depression, anger, all these vices need to be controlled, and lot of them can be managed. Stress is our own reaction to things that we cannot handle. So we have to learn to meditate, take on what we can. उतना ही करो जितना संभाल सकते हो. और anxiety comes through nervousness and not managing time sometimes, or many reasons. But we have to develop a sense of surrender to God. We cannot do everything ourselves. We have to say, भगवान आपके शरण में हम हैं. We are at your disposal, but we should do our very best also. Our self effort should not reduce. Just because you say, God, I have surrendered, you take care. He will take care, but only after you are done with everything on your side. अपना मेहनत करना परम आवश्यक है, तभी भगवान का कृपा भी बरसेगा. वरना प्रभु का कृपा, God helps those who help themselves. Drinking the water is our responsibility. Eating food is our job. Maintaining our body, staying healthy, those are all our requirements. So that's what we have to do. Swami Lalita Priyananda ji is here, so we welcome her. She has been very busy with Navratri Puja also, every day doing satsang for the Devi. As you know, it's a very auspicious time. So be sublime in your thoughts. तो अपने विचारों को एकदम शांत करके शुद्ध कीजिए. Sublime and pure. Divine in your sentiments. अपनी भावनाओं का शुभ शुभ सोचिए. Always think of the benefit of others. No anger, no jealousy, no hate, no greed, no lust. Because all those things are simply distracting us, detracting us, adding more garbage inside our heart. We don't want that. Therefore, forget about if we are hating people or disliking people. We cannot be spiritual then. On this path, we have to be totally sincere. Be lofty in your wisdom and selfless in your actions. तो अपनी जो ज्ञान है, जिसको प्रज्ञा बोला जाता है, that is wisdom. Knowledge is not wisdom. Knowledge is simply knowing things. Wisdom is acting wisely with compassion, love, and understanding the meaning of the knowledge. What is real knowledge? What is the message that's trying to be conveyed? So be lofty, think high, think of everybody, and be selfless in your actions. Meaning, don't ask for anything. God is going to give you. This is God's job. He gave us the body, and He will take our last breath also when it is time to go. So God only knows. So we have to do complete surrender and become His instrument. When Krishna plays you like a flute, what more do we want? And that is what we pray, that may our Guru and may our God continue to guide us and use us as their instruments. भगवान हमको उपकरण की तरह इस्तेमाल करें, हमारा कल्याण करें. You are born to realize the self. Born to. This is human body is a great blessing. Great blessing. So in that human body we can, we should, we must realize ourself. Meaning आत्म साक्षात्कार, भगवत प्राप्ति, ये सब केवल शब्द किताबों के लिए नहीं लिखे गए हैं. हमारे को उसकी अनुभूति जब तक नहीं होती तब तक थ्योरेटिकल है. इट्स ओनली बुक नॉलेज. बुक नॉलेज कैनॉट हेल्प अस. Picture of food will not satisfy our stomach. We have to eat. And how do you eat? By filling your belly, by chewing, by nourishing, by all the chemicals and the enzymes and the vitamins going inside. Just knowing is not enough. So therefore we say that we are born to realize the self, and unless that realization happens, till then we are bound. May God bless you. Bhagwan aapka sabka kalyan kare. And with regards, prem and om, yours in the Lord, Swami JyotirmayAnanda. So Swamiji's beautiful message, and all the messages are simple. We don't have to complicate spirituality. Don't have to remember complicated big mantras. It's good if you do. No, nothing wrong with that. It's good if you read Upanishads. It's good if you read many books and much literature. But always remember, tons of theory, ounce of practice. Ounce meaning very little practice equals so much theory. So meaning, are you doing your japamala every day? Are you chanting the mantras? Are you meditating? Are you going deep within? Are you doing shravana manana nididhyasan, listening, contemplation, meditation? Because if we are not doing all these things, then it is all theoretical. मतलब केवल शाब्दिक ज्ञान है, पुस्तक ज्ञान है. पुस्तक ज्ञान से हमें साक्षात्कार नहीं मिलेगा. We will not get enlightened by self knowledge, by just reading books. How will we get it? By getting close to the people who have it. We have an enlightened master. Through his grace, through his teachings, through his um, blessings, we are also being slowly converted on that path, isn't it? To the path of self-realization. There is no journey, no rush to it. You cannot force it, you cannot push it. It has to come through divine grace, through your effort, through the Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa, we underestimate it in the West. We don't know what Guru Kripa is. Guru Kripa is Guru's grace. When the Guru is happy with you, all kind of the energy to get up, to do things, to give this the highest priority, all of that is happening through Guru Kripa. वो सब का सब कुछ गुरु कृपा से ही संभव हो पा रहा है. तो may we all have Guru Kripa, may we all have Bhagavad Kripa, God's grace. God and Guru, same thing, not two different things. Guru, not the body Guru, the Tattva Guru. Tattva meaning the element through which the knowledge is imparted. So body becomes simply an instrument through which the knowledge comes. So with that thought, let us all start this Bhagavad Gita Satsang together and continue our journey forward. Hari Om Tat Sat. Kirtan kare?
जी.
Kirtan? Bol do. So let us start with Kirtan. We have already chanted the mantras and read Swamiji's message. So after that, Swami LP, can you address a few things? And then we will start the Kirtan together. Hari Om Tat Sat.
I don't know if I'm fitting it correctly. Okay. No.
They can tell you if you can hear her. Okay, please let us know.
I think you have done the mantras, but I feel like chanting again. Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Bhurbhuvasvaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. You have read Brahmanandam already?
No.
No. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Adorations to the Divine Preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of Piva consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To that divine Guru, we offer our adorations. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Our humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Sri Swami JyotirmayAnanda Ji Maharaj of Miami, Florida. To our Param Gurudev, Pujya Sri Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India. And our world teacher, Jagat Guru, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya Ji, and our humble all the entire lineage of Adi Shankaracharya Ji that we belong to, our humble Sashtang pranams during this Gupta Navaratri day 8. And today is the Ashtami of Gupta Navaratri, and we are feeling overflowed with divine love and joy during this auspicious time, and may you all receive these blessings. Our pranams to saints and sages of all religions and all our ancient Rishi Muni Sadhu Sant, because of whom we have all these scriptures. They're hard tapasya, austerity. Only for that reason we have all this that we are studying today. Tears flow even with the thought of how hard they went through. Whenever I go through hardship, I think of them. At that time, no pen, no paper. Yet they would write on leaves and preserved all these shrutis that they heard. They came, God talked to them, and they noted it down for us. And here we are. We don't have time to even listen to somebody who's reading or chanting or doing satsanga. let alone reading your own scriptures. शास्त्र कृपा होनी चाहिए, इसीलिए गुरु कृपा होनी चाहिए तभी होगा, आत्म कृपा होनी चाहिए तभी होगा. So it's your own soul blessing you, only then it happens. It's your guru blessing you, only then it happens. And these scriptures also bless you, only then it happens to be coming in your hands. You pick it up, and then you say, oh, I want to read this. That's the kripa, the blessings of these scriptures. So may Ma Durga, Ma Shakti, Ma Saraswati bless each one. See, this river, Ganga river, is flowing and flowing and flowing, rushing to merge in the ocean. And how many of us, yeah, it's there, happens to be there. And how many of us want to dip into it? So many just go for sightseeing. Yes, you can touch, you can do, you can put it on your, but when you dip into it, it's something else. That's the real experience. But then also our Shastra is telling us that we can do that mentally also. So look at it and bathe into it, dip into it mentally and feel that very essence. Nice. Yeah, and it happens. You are in meditation, it happens and you feel that. So today we also pray to all Devi, Devatas, all these Ma Shakti in every form. We do special humble Sashtang pranams and special surrender to them during this Kup Navratri. May that kripa reach each one of us, each one of you listening, your family. May auspiciousness come your way. That's the highest that we want to pray for each one of you, leading you to liberation. And pranams to all Acharya-jis, Shastri-jis, Pandit-jis, Brahman Devata, and all your devotees. Humble Atma pranams and blessings with that divine love. And I will also tell you this today, as it is day 8, it's the Ashtami, and this day is Maha Gauri Puja. You can mentally offer whatever you like to Ma. Install her, bring her in your heart. From Mooladhara, let that Gauri Ma move up to each chakra and then merge in Sahasrar with Shiva, and may that Shiva Shakti become one. From Mooladhar, the Kundalini Shakti rising to Swadhisthana, from Swadhisthana to Manipura to Anahata at heart level. Then your Vishuddha at your throat level, the air element. And then reaching up to Agya Chakra, the command center from where we begin our meditation. And then moving up to Sahasrar. All these energy centers, if you open it up, untie the knots through mantra chanting, then you'll receive those energy coming, flowing into you, and you will be able to spread it out to others also. And that goddess Mahagauri bless each one of you. Let us do our kirtan for today.
Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Jaya Ganesh, Pahi Mam. Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Raksha Mam. Sharavana Bhava, Sharavana Bhava, Sharavana Bhava, Pahi Mam. Kartikeya, 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 Raksha Mam. Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Jaya Saraswati, Pahi Mam. Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Shri Saraswati, Raksha Mam. Jaya Guru Shiva Guru Hari Guru Ram. Jagat Guru Param Guru Sadguru Sham. Om Adi Guru Advaita Guru Ananda Guru Om. Chid Guru Chid Ghana Guru Chinmaya Guru Om. Jagat Guru Om Guru Sachitananda. Shankaracharya Shivananda Jyotirmayananda. JyotirmayAnanda. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva 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 Shivaya Nama Om. Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramachandraya. Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Anjaneya 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 Pahi Mam. Hanumanta 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 Raksha Mam. Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Pahi Mam. Brahma Shakti Vishnu Shakti Shiva Shakti Raksha Mam. Adi Shakti Mahashakti Parashakti Pahi Mam. Ichha Shakti Kriya Shakti Jnana Shakti Raksha Mam. Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Pahi Mam. Bhagirathi 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 Raksha Mam. Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om. Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti 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 Om. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanurmardanam. Devaki Paramanandam. Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So let us continue our journey on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are currently on chapter number 8, Akshar Brahma Yoga. As we always say, every shloka, every chapter of Gita is like a diamond mine. Actually, more than that, because diamonds and all these things are earthly things. This knowledge that we accumulate, wisdom converts into wisdom and forever cuts the cycles of birth and death. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What a beautiful name. Honey, auspicious honey. Shri is auspicious, Mad is honey, Bhagavat
Nectar.
nectar, honey, Bhagavat glories of God, Bhagavan, Gita a song sung during a battlefield where people will die. And what is death? What is life? Who am I? All these questions are beautifully answered in this scripture. It is the essence of the Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita में पूरे Upanishad का सार है. Everything's included. But this, so currently we are on which shloka, Swami LP? Which shloka are we starting?
So
So
today we are starting on number 14.
yes, so today we will be starting shloka number 14, and Akshar Brahma Yog means indestructible. Akshar, something that is within you. And what is that? That is your Atma, consciousness, something that can never, ever, ever be destroyed. It continues. That's why we say the cycle of birth and death, because this body will exhaust, die, collapse, but another one will come. So, because the Atma never dies, and therefore, just like you keep changing your clothes, you are the same, you don't change, even though your age, your body changes, isn't it? Your body will grow old, your body will grow sick or healthy, but you don't. You are the same you, much in the same way. आपका आत्मा तो वही है, और उसमें शरीर के एक केवल बुलबुला है. It's like a bubble. This body, just like you see bubbles on water, and then when the bubble it goes away, what happens? It goes mixes back in the water only, nothing else. Much in the same way, we have to know our true self, who we really are, and no scripture does it better than Bhagavad Gita, because it is short also. Yoga Vashisht is a very profound scripture. We do that on Fridays, but that is for serious advanced sadhaks. Bhagavad Gita is for everybody, for worldly people only, so they can also continue to what they are doing and also get a taste of spiritual um, dessert, know what spirituality is, what is their purpose in life. So it is a primary introductory course. Once you understand this, then automatically you will want to do more and more, and you will want to read more Upanishads or go into Yoga Vashisht or other scriptures and so many things. But idea is not to read too much. As we were saying, practice, go inwards, dhyanam, that is the main thing. Meditation through theory mixed with practice is very practical, very beneficial. All these teachers, um, they didn't get there just like that. These gurus, these swamis, these mahayogis, enlightened saints, their every breath has gone towards that, towards this journey. And each guru has gone through a lot of tapasya. That's why Swami LP always says how much hardships they have gone through. And we all
Yeah.
have hardships in life, even in today's Kali Yuga, although things are available, but that doesn't mean that we are happy. We are more unhappy today. Less peace, running. What? How do you get that? So each generation goes through their own struggles, their own structure, and each soul is also different. Our fingerprints are different, our body parts, everybody has the same two eyes, same nose, same ears, and yet everybody looks different. Doesn't that amaze you? 9 billion people on earth and everybody's DNA is different. What a beautiful combination, permutation that divine energy has. So much variety. So, here God is teaching us. We had studied on how to die in the last satsang, which was very profound. Uh, of thinking of our last minute should be very pure in God. तो उसी को आगे बढ़ाते भगवान श्लोका नंबर 14 लॉर्ड कृष्णा कंटिन्यूज. ही सेज अनन्य चेताः सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः.
So shloka number 14, chapter 8. I am easily attainable by that ever controlled yogi. O Parth, we remember. O Parth, who remembers me constantly with his mind unflinchingly devoted to me. So he is easily, Lord is easily available to those who think of Lord. So that is why we say japa, 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 namasmaran, namasmaran, namasmaran. हे अर्जुन, जो पुरुष मुझ में ananya chit, Swamiji will explain what is that ananya chit. No breaking, no break in between. Ananya chit होकर सदा ही निरंतर मुझ पुरुषोत्तम को स्मरण करता है, उस नित्य निरंतर मुझ में युक्त हुए योगी के लिए मैं सुलभ हूँ, इजी, अर्थात उसे सहज ही प्राप्त हो जाता हूँ. हरि ओम तत्सत. How beautiful.
English you already read?
I've read English.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what is God trying to say here? Ananya, like Swami LP is saying, let me explain what Ananya Cheta means. Ananya Chit means one pointed focus. Meaning, normally what happens is we are doing many things all at the same time. We are cooking, talking to somebody, listening on the phone, music is going on, all those things. So we are basically so used to multitasking in this fast-paced world. So God says that won't work for me. So that's why we say, when you listen to satsang, sit in your meditation room, close your eyes, turn off your phone, and then listen and see the difference. You can try to do the same thing in your kitchen while you are cooking and also talking to your kid and all that, and see the difference. Then you will see the difference.
Talking doesn't work.
when you are one focused. And how should there are some examples. When you are pouring oil, जब आप एक बोतल में से तेल निकाल कर दूसरी बोतल में डालते हैं, that is ananya chit. You cannot think of anything else, because if you are not focused, the oil will fall fall off the bottle. So you are very focused. Or when you are threading a needle, even if one strand is here there, it will not go. So you have to be totally focused. Much in the same way, anything automatically that you do with full focus and attention. So God is saying, think of me like that only. But that doesn't mean, let me clarify. So when you are doing intense meditation japa, that's where God is saying, remember in the last shloka, what did God say? Think of me. Don't, when you are going to go, depart, don't get entangled in muck, in your things, in your possessions, in your family, in your kids. उस समय आंख बंद करके भगवान के साथ जोड़ लो, जुड़ जाओ. If you are able to do that, you are going to God. If you are not able to do that, you are coming back. So the stakes are very, very high at that time. That's what we had studied in the last Sunday, and why it's so important. Here God is saying that whenever you are you are coming to me, if you want to come to me, you give yourself fully. This is not even half-heartedly. Think nothing can work half-heartedly. Even when you are focusing on doing a mathematical question, or you are appearing for an exam, you need to concentrate, isn't it? Fully concentrate. So God is saying, I am much more important than all these worldly things that I have done. So but the teachers guide us. Start your day with God, end your day with God, fill your day with God. This is the day to God. This is the way to God. So when you, that doesn't mean you cannot multitask in this context. In this context, you can drive and also chant Harinam. That's okay. You can do japa even while you are walking. You have 20 steps and you have nothing else to do. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Beautiful. So those things are good. But here we are talking about departure from your physical body. At that time, that is the only thought that should be in your mind. जीवन पर्यंत भगवान की सतत चिंतन उनकी प्राप्ति का सहज उपाय है. So how do you practice for that? For that last moment, he says, by practicing it as we are doing now. Currently doing satsanga, involved in japa, doing kirtan, always staying in sattva. From sattva only you can jump into transcendental and other things. Otherwise, most people are in rajas and tamas only. Activity, inertia, activity, all this worldly stuff only. So, भगवान की जब कृपा होती है, बिना हरि कृपा मिले नहीं संता. Saints
Santa.
and sages come when God blesses you. Then it becomes one satsang family, like we always say. But we have to give it that importance. तो किसी अन्य विषय की ध्यान नहीं करें और दीर्घावधि पर्यंत अर्थात जीवन पर्यंत गॉड सेज. सो ही सेज इट वोंट last thought do you think will happen just like that? Can you fool the system? No, that system is absolutely foolproof. Absolutely. You may fool the whole world, but you cannot fool yourself and God and your Guru. You will know, they will know. So basically, whatever is in your should be done, Dirkal means for a long time. Don't expect to graduate from this university. There is no certificate to be given to you. Even enlightenment, when it will come, there will be no big party for you. I am enlightened today. so no celebration, no cake cutting ceremony. You will just continue and just be totally. When the river merges into the ocean, that's it. It's become the ocean now, no longer a river. So that is the journey, and much in that way, if we have practiced it, tap kiya hai, jap kiya hai, dhyan kiya hai, so needless to say, you will at that last moment also think of God only, because it is in your breath. But if it's not in your breath, then when we are in pain, trouble, and attachments, how can you think of God at that time in your worst? When all things are anukul, when you have all the facilities, all the availability, all the time to do it, you didn't do it then. Do you think you will be able to do it in your most vulnerable moment? You will only be thinking of pain, or how to, or your child, or some money, or some other things. So God is very clearly saying here that that is why make it a ritual. You brush every day, you shower every day, you eat every day, you go to work every day, all your nitya functions, you excrete every day, you urinate, all the body functions are going on. You don't say I'm too busy, I can't go, I can't eat today, or I won't take a shower. You do it. It's part of your daily DNA. ऐसे ही भगवान बताते हैं, उनका ध्यान करते रहो, तो then when that day will arrive, nothing needs to be done. You're already doing it. It's part of your life. It becomes easy. So जो मनुष्य भगवान का ध्यान प्रारंभ करके बीच में छोड़ देता है, वो भगवान को नहीं पा सकता. Here it's very clearly said that that person, and it will come in chapter number 9, shloka number 22 and 34. Those of you who read Bhagavad Gita very carefully, chapter 9, shloka 22 and 34, here in this context, why is God saying one focused, one pointed, fully concentrated? क्योंकि भगवान जानते हैं many of us are habits of creatures of habit. We do something, then all of a sudden some distraction comes and we do that, and everything is okay. दुख में सुमिरन सब करें, सुख में करे न कोई. जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, तो दुख काहे को होए. Meaning, whenever, have you noticed, whenever people are in pain, suddenly they will think of God, or they will start asking about good astrologers. Swamiji, do you read the palms? Can you look at my hand? No. When times are good, you have to automatically assume something is not right. That's why he wants to figure out what is going on in his hand. If everything was fine, he wouldn't need you, he wouldn't come. So this is what worldly people do. Always ask for things, or whenever they are in trouble, God, they go to God. God says that's okay. Still God accepts them, because that is like, through that maybe they will find something, and through that maybe they will get more devoted. So he says, that's why he says arti, artharthi, jigyasu, gyani. Four kind of devotees I have. People who are in pain, who call me, I come to them. people who need material resources, I even come to them. People who are curious about what is my nature, who am I, what is all that, jigyasu. And then Jnani. Jnani is the enlightened one. And Lord Krishna says, Jnani are my very own heart. I see no difference between, these are the enlightened souls who have given their life to God. So here God is saying, if you don't practice regularly, meaning what? You do it for 4 months, then something happens, then for 6 months off, then 2 months again you start, then off again. तो ये off and on से भक्ति नहीं होती है. You have to, it cannot be off and on. Can you go off and on with your food intake? No. Regular, every day you want your meal, every day you want your dinner. And can you do off and on your heart medication, diabetes? No. Can you take 30 pills all at once? No, you will not. So you cannot do too much and too little. Just like you cannot do it with medicines, you cannot do it with food, you cannot do it with your practical life. God says same thing here. If the highest thing is, add 30 minutes to 1 hour in your spiritual life, even if you are very busy, because the best result you will get from here only. भगवत गीता से जो आपका कल्याण होगा, you cannot go get it by going into seminars and increasing productivity, and they can help you a little bit, but what you will really benefit from in your full dimension and in every aspect of your life is to learn how to meditate properly, contemplate on the depth of the Bhagavad Gita. And of course, what are you doing? How long will your body continue? How long will your job continue, your kids continue, your things? Eventually you will have to depart. So prepare for that journey also. That is what God's point is. He says, if you do it haphazardly, it will be exactly that. What will be the results? Haphazard only. पक्का नहीं होगा, जो करा है वही मिलेगा ना. तो बोए पेड़ बबूल का तो आम कहाँ ते होए. If you only put in a thorn plant, cactus, and you are expecting, why is this not turning into a mango? How can it turn into a mango? All you did was you put in cactus, that's it. So we get what we pay for. Sadhana has to be intense. That is what Lord Krishna is trying to say. And then you will remember me as easy as plucking a flower. As easy as that. Why? Because it has become your nature. Does that make sense? Driving has become your nature, so it's not hard. Now you drive, you talk, you eat at the same time, you listen to the song at the same time, and sometimes mechanically you reach there without even knowing which road you had to take if you have done the same path many times. It's your personal experience, isn't it? It's not something new we are saying. Automatically you are doing it. So much in the same way, when God gets into your DNA, then automatically it will happen, and death is no longer painful. कोई भय की जरूरत नहीं है. मृत्यु तो एक त्योहार बन जाता है. It's a celebration because time to go. You have done good. You came to this earth to do what? If you came to this earth and all you did was raise children, built a house, bought a nice car, raised a family and died, waste of life. Another life has to come, another life has to come. अगर भगवान का ध्यान नहीं किया, वापस जाने का तैयारी नहीं किया, you may be rich here but you will be pauper over there. Which wealth will you take with you? What will go? Body cannot go. Your rings will be dropped off here. All the things you have, your possessions, big lockers will stay right here. All that money will go to your heirs or whatever. So this is why God says, Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smarati nityashaha, every day with full focus, all the time. Moving on to shloka number 15, God says, Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalam shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha sansiddhim paramam gataha.
Having attained me and thus having reached the highest goal, these great souls are not born again in this world. Very beautiful chapter in all shlokas, so important, near and dear to our hearts. The path we working on, we walking on and working on. The highest goal, these great souls are not born again in this world, which is the abode of pain and transient. This world is abode of pain and transient. परम सिद्धि को प्राप्त महात्मा जन मुझको प्राप्त होकर दुखों के घर एवं क्षण भंगुर पुनर्जन्म को नहीं प्राप्त करते. हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि
So
ओम.
beautiful shloka, every shloka,
Promise of Lord.
every chapter. But here God is, remember we said, He takes us slowly into this journey, guides us, educates us, gives us examples, and tells us why you should do something, why you should not do something. Here He is saying, why should you at your time of death think of me? First He tells you how you should think. He assumes you don't know. He assumes आपको नहीं पता, तो पहले समझाते हैं कि सबसे ध्यान हटाओ, अंदर जाओ, go within, then focus on your chakras, then think of me, breathe, take that breath through the heart center into the Sahasrara chakra and depart. So he's showing you the whole way in a lot of detail, and then he says why, how you should do it. He's saying you should be one pointed so your brain is not getting distracted. And in this shloka number 15, he is saying why you should do it, because you don't want to come back. And here he is saying why. मुझे प्राप्त होने के उपरांत, after getting me, Mahatma, meaning people who are Mahan Atma. Mahan Atma means Mahapurush, great souls, souls that are pure and spiritual. Therefore they are Mahan. We are just Atmas, but they are Mahan Atmas. They are supermen, glorious men, guides of the world. Those kind of people anybody can be, not just famous people, not just known people, not just people. There can be saints and sages, totally unknown, living in homes or living in caves, living with families or without families, living as kings or paupers. It doesn't matter. What matters is what have they accomplished, and are they at that one pointed focus,
What is
and have
going on
they, what is
internally?
going on internally in their life, not how they look externally. God is very clear about this. So he says they don't come back on this earth, they don't have to take another birth. And why? Because he says this is kshanik. This earth plane that we live in is temporary. Why temporary? Because in this time continuum, actually God is beyond space and time. We have everything in time, and we even 100 years, 200, let's say you live till 200, so what? It's just a drop in the ocean of time. Billions of years have gone by and will continue. And so that is why he says, and these days most people don't even live to 70, 80, 90. So many people, because of eating habits or because of worldly values, they think they are the body only and they die. So most of them are not Mahatma, they are just Atma. Atma is there by default, everybody
Some
has
are
it.
just
The
jiva, not even atma.
yeah, well, the jiva has the Atma inside through which he will be born, and that through the Sukshma Sharira.
They remain
Sukshma
at that
Sharira
level.
is the subtle body through which the journey will continue and on and on. But the goal is to unite the Atma to Paramatma. That is what yoga is actually. The real meaning of yoga is to join your cosmic individual spirit to the cosmic spirit, to God. So God is saying in this earth everything is temporary. Second of all, it is dukh ka ghar. Dukh ka ghar meaning full of pain, but we don't see pain. We still are intoxicated. Happy birthday, this, that, wedding ceremonies, hugs, kisses, love and joy. I mean, that's okay. I'm not criticizing it. All I'm saying it is thinking that it will last forever and ever is the greatest definition of foolishness. मूर्खता भरी बात है. ये संभव ही नहीं है कि कुछ चलता रहे. It's not in your control. These things, they keep on flowing like the flowing river. और ये दुख का घर है. Why does God say दुखालयम मामुपेत्य पुनर्जनम दुखालयम ashashvatam, full of pain and also temporary. Imagine if you just learn this word dukhalayam ashashvatam, wherever you go you see dukhalayam ashashvatam, automatically vairagya will come. Because when you contemplate you will say, yes, 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 my father passed away, my father's father passed away, his father's father's father, mother, sister, brother, so many people we love are gone, and relatives are gone, so we will also go by that logical conclusion, isn't it?
Yeah.
So nobody is permanent. Lead every day as if it's your last day on planet earth. If we do that and sleep every night as if we will not wake up in the morning, meaning forgive everybody, seek forgiveness, meditate, do whatever you think is important that needs to be done, like Parikshat did in Bhagavatam. He basically gave up everything. For 7 days he sat at the Guru's feet, and he got enlightened before the snake bit him. That is the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. वो एक अलग कथा है जो उसका हम we do that also. So this is what God is trying to say. Ye dukhalay, meaning think of birth. For birth you should read Garbh Upanishad. Serious aspirants who are still attached to the world or intoxicated by its dazzle, then they should read Garbh Upanishad. It shows you specifically the journey of the newborn in the mother's womb for 9 months, what all he goes through. So that is, and those are Upanishads are divine teachings, just like the extracts from the Vedas. So no human being has written them. They are revelations that have come to saints and sages. So he says, Krama Mukti. So it doesn't matter. Many of us think we have to get Jivan Mukti only. We have to be enlightened in this very life. That all depends on your particular effort and intensity and sincerity and what all, and previous karmas also, because this is not a journey of just one life. You have been doing this for many lives. Serious sadhaks I'm talking about. तो कई साल से चल कई जन्मों से चल रहा है, तो अब इस स्थिति पर वो आप आए हो. तो that doesn't mean that everybody will be in that stage. Just like in a class, everybody, so many, like in a class of doctors, when you graduate, so many people get graduate, so many fail also. They don't pass that year. Maybe they'll have to do one more year of internship or this course or that course. They will not get the diploma. But even the ones who get it, they have all passed, which means they can practice. They are now, their name was Dr. Anil Sharma, now they call him Dr. Anil Sharma. Okay, wonderful. So now he has this big title and he has passed, but there is only one gold medalist, some one person who has achieved the super premium merit list, and so Kuma Dum Lub Dub 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 Dub, these titles we give in America. All these things, they say he graduated with this and that and that and that, so he is going to get the gold medal. So there will be some people who will be extraordinary, and out of the cream's cream is what Jivan Mukti is, where you have done such a beautiful job with your life that God says, yes, you are going to be free while in this life only. And there was a sage, his name is Vamadeva. He got enlightened in his mother's womb before coming on planet earth, and as soon as he came out he said havu havu havu. He was so ecstatic with joy even as a baby. So they say instead of crying, he started doing his dance of joy, because he was so thankful that that moment had arrived, because in his last birth there was one small obstacle left. So we have to read these things very carefully, with a lot of humility and with depth of understanding. And this is not a course, 6-month training course. It's not, you have to read it all your life. You cannot say, Swamiji, I've read Bhagavad Gita. If somebody who says they have read Bhagavad Gita, understand that they don't know anything about it. Somebody, because a true person will say, I am reading it again and again, and every time you learn something from it. So that is what here the other souls, so many will get krama mukti. Krama mukti, we will cover that in chapter um, 9, I think. Yes. So we will cover the two paths. There is a path of the northern path and the southern path. Lord Krishna explains it very beautifully. We will also cover that. But krama mukti, meaning gradual ascent towards liberation. There is that whole class that is going to graduate, meaning all those people will not be born again. People like serious sadhaks. Who is a serious sadhak? Think about that tonight. Are you really, which means, is God your underpinning in everything you do? In your eating, sleeping, talking, walking, doing business, everything. So if you're always thinking, then you are a serious sadhak. If you are waking up in the morning regularly, maintaining your schedule, doing your sadhana, you are a serious sadhak. Then it is not possible, it is not, divine law will not permit that you will not get enlightened. You have to, but you have to give your 100% also. That is what Lord Krishna is saying. So for those people, like even people who don't get the gold medal, do you think getting that doctorate was easy? Lot of sacrifice had to go. Many times they didn't play with their friends, many movies they missed out on, many things they didn't do, because tomorrow the exam was there, this was there, this homework needs to be done. Everything for worldly things we do, now you are doing for God. So where is the end? Kahin nahi. So when you do it that way, then you graduate with krama mukti. Krama means gradual liberation, which means उपासना की शक्ति से देवयार्ग मार्ग से जाने वाले सृष्टिकर्ता का लोक या ब्रह्म लोक को प्राप्त होते हैं. Very clearly God is saying, people who are doing their japa, doing their asanas, doing their satsang, doing their introspection and dhyana meditation, then they go through devyan marg. And the most important thing, sorry I forgot to add, most important thing is that they do things in a selfless manner, not to become famous, not to become rich, not to become uh, having lots of possessions and running after things. They have given up that, meaning vairagya is an essential qualification. Otherwise, you go in those lokas and you come back, you get what you ask for. You wanted money, God will give you more money in your next life, because that's what you were striving for in this life. You created enemies, okay, well then come back again in next life and settle your score with them, because this life you couldn't do it. So next life you will be born as their son or as their father, and you will have that constant clash. so so nature will settle your score, you see. But
ओ
for those
ऑनलाइन
people,
सत्संग में है, ऑनलाइन
but for those
सत्संग में है,
people who are
गीता
very
पाठ हो रहा
dedicated,
है,
who
आप
are
फेसबुक पे जाके
sincere, they
सुनिए.
go through krama mukti,
हरिओम.
meaning they will go through,
कल्याण वस्तु.
they will go through gradual steps, gradual. So through their sadhana, through their bhakti, they go through Brahma Loka, where Lord Brahma resides, meaning the creation, from where the creation has come. It's also called Satya Loka, truth, the Loka of truth. Those are the highest lokas. And वे देवी संपदा और भगवान की महिमा का आनंद लेते हैं. Over there they have accumulated so much spiritual wealth, You are doing that now. We are all accumulating this. We may be living in simple homes. It doesn't matter whether it's a palace or a simple home or a hut. If you are earning this wealth, the gold coin is the same, whether it's earned in a palace or here with you. You are earning that currency that can go with you. Nothing else can go with you. So we are calling that spiritual currency. तो ये भगवान की जो महिमा है ये आपके साथ जाएगी, एंड देन ऑब्वियसली इन दिस लाइफ ओनली यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग आनंद. आनंद मीन्स joy. When you, if you are meditating properly, then the thoughts should subside and bliss should come. If you are getting that bliss, then that bliss will also follow you wherever you go after your departure. And वो ब्रह्म ज्ञान के द्वारा कैवल्य मोक्ष को प्राप्त हो जाते हैं, which means slowly you will continue, and that bliss is billions of times more. There is no mathematical quantity we can give it, but still we use it as an analogy. Think of, if you were so-called billionaires today, right? Somebody who is living in a hut suddenly becomes a billionaire. That's how these spiritual souls will feel going from this planet earth into these lokas, because all the tapasya you have done, then you will still only enjoy this bliss, but it will become more and more, higher and higher, till you get liberated. That is what is called krama mukti, meaning goodbye mother earth, no more coming back to this life of mrityu lok. Mrityu lok we say this planet earth, because we die. Is there anybody who doesn't die on planet earth? Doesn't matter whether it's a tree or a plant or an insect or a human being, anything with consciousness or chetna, जिसमें भी चेतना शक्ति है उसको तो जाना ही है. So, and that is not a very grieving moment, not a sad moment. It's a just a change. You have changed. You change your cell phones, your old one has died, now new one has come in, and your bodies have, you have yourself discarded so many in every birth. So therefore God says ब्रह्म ज्ञान के द्वारा कैवल्य मोक्ष को प्राप्त करते हैं, और ब्रह्मांड के प्रलय काल में ब्रह्मा का सानिध्य प्राप्त कर लेते हैं. So slowly they will go and into, they reside in Brahma's lok, and when 100 years of Brahma ji time for him comes, Brahma ji, can you imagine this? His one day, Brahma ji's one day and one night is how many billion years? 9, 9.2 billion years. 4.7 or 4.6 is his day, and 4.6 is his night, and that's his one day. Like that he lives for 100 years. So we don't have to worry about how much time there will be. You will be there in complete anand and ecstasy. And when Brahmaji completes his 100 years, then there is another Brahma, another Shrishti is created, and the old Brahma gets merged into the cosmic energy, which we call the divine Advait, only one. Remember, everything else is a dream, which is what we study in Yoga Vashishtha. That's where it is explained in much more detail, that it's the dream becomes illusion, and illusion seems real. In reality, there is no such thing. But in the end, for your practical experience, you will go through that and you will reach God. मुक्त आत्माएं पुनर्जन्म ग्रहण नहीं करती. Clearly he is saying, once you get liberated, no more rebirth, no more coming back into a mother's womb, no more running around, I have no money, I have this problem, I have that problem, I have this disease, I have that disease, because you are perpetually in bliss. No sadness there, no pain there. It is that level of bliss that you experience in your deep sleep state, which means you don't know that you exist, but you are still so happy, so comfortable, so contented, much in the, but there is ignorance in your deep sleep. That's why we have to work hard to get enlightened. Meaning, what is enlightenment? This is a funny thing I will share with you. So a student went to the Guru and he says, Guruji, I need enlightenment. How quickly can you give it to me? How quickly can you give me enlightenment? So the Guru was very funny and a nice Guru. He says, it will take 1 minute. Says, what? 1 minute? That is, so many people say it takes forever, and like I tell you, so many, and we don't know when it will happen. And you are only saying 1 minute? Isn't that too little? How can somebody get enlightened in 1 minute? He says, no, actually, it's not too little, it is too much. In 1 minute, meaning it is 60 seconds long. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. You can time it. It's a lot of time. He says, but that's not a lot of time. That's very quick. He says, no. Actually, enlightenment should take you in instant. But I am a guru. I'm giving it to you, so I'm delaying the process a little bit, and I'm giving it to you in 1 minute. So he says, then what's the problem, Swamiji, Guruji? Why doesn't everybody get it so quickly? He says, because enlightenment only takes less than instant, less than a minute, but it's the preparation that may take you many lives. It's the cleaning up of the house, the muck, the garbage we have put in. So that is what is obstructing the light of the self, isn't it? And now you say, how much garbage I have? That depends on what you have done in your past lives. In this life, how much lust you have in your mind, only you know. How much anger, how much greed, how many attachments, my child, my this, my that, my country, my properties, my possessions, how much? No end. So that depends, only you can answer that question. ये आपके ऊपर है कि हमें कितना सफाई करना है. So जितना बन सके करो, जितना कर सके. It's like, it doesn't take effort to grow weeds, isn't it? Weeds will grow. Grass, maintaining good grass is where the problem is. So, and the roots, if the roots go deep, have you ever seen a tree with deep roots? Very hard to pull it out. But when it is a little seedling, you can yank it out just like that. So that is what the Guru taught him. I thought that was very funny, that maybe you like it. Next time you also can guide everybody. It takes only 60 seconds, and that's too long. Actually, it should happen just quickly, right away. So that is what sakshatkar is. Sakshatkar meaning, because the light is already there, you see. If we are not seeing it, that means the problem is, it's an inner working error. It's the light is, the bulb is fused. The light is there, so we have to clean the place and put the right bulb and so on. So then in shloka number 16, okay, so another thing that I do want to tell you here is, a lot of people, especially in Sanatan Dharma in India, in Bharat, what they do is, there is this whole prayer called the Panchagni prayer, which Nachiketa also asked in Katha Upanishad. He asked the Yama that how do people follow the Panchagni rule. These people, they follow this ritual of 5 fires, and these fires are very sacred, and they are maintained all their life, with the hope that they will reach these lokas that we are talking about, and they will be able to enjoy all these luxuries, like in this world. What is the highest luxury you can say? You say, oh, this is a 7-star hotel, I pay $1,500 $2,000 a night, and we feel very proud with that. So those things are like the restrooms of these places. Even not even that, don't even qualify for that. So that much opulence and luxury and those things are there. But it's not about the possessions or things that we are talking about. It's the greed that is making these people go to that area, go towards that uh, marg. So they put in all the tapasya, but guess what they're doing? They have that desire that I want to go to bhu. So this is bhur bhuva swaha. So beyond that is maha tapaha
Mahajana.
Mahajanah tapah satyam. these four lokas, and Satyam is the highest. So they go and they enjoy these luxuries for millions of years, but then their credits are again reduced and they are born again. So you will be there also with Kram Mukti. They will be there also with Panchagni Bhakti. But what you think of America? Okay, we'll use a modern example. So you have people from India who have come here and they are working for IBM or Microsoft or whatever, but they have a what do they call that visa? Student visa or temporary visa, meaning they have a work visa for 3 years, after which they have to go back. You, on the other hand, are a citizen. Nobody can ask you to go back, or you are a green card holder. They say you can stay here as long as you want. That is the difference. So people who are doing it with a desire of greed or luxuries or this or that, and why do people come here? They are fine in India. They come here because they make more money. Dollar is 80 times 80 rupees is $1. So they come here, work for a little, make a lot of money, go back, fine. So that is what will happen to the people who are doing Panchagni. They are temporary residents in Satyaloka. You, on the other hand, have attained Krama Mukti. We are talking, you easily said, you being, you have to be that you, meaning everything you do has to be Nishkam. Otherwise we will also be in that other category only. थोड़ा दान कर दिया, थोड़ा तीर्थ घूम लिया, थोड़ा संतों का ध्यान कर लिया और अपने आप को बहुत समझने लगे कि हम तो बहुत पवित्र हैं, हम बहुत ऊंचे हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. What have we done to make a difference? Is our life now totally simplified and purified, and does it belong to God? So if you can check off those boxes, then you are going to that as a Krama Mukti Marg or Jivan Mukti Marg. If you are very advanced, you maybe we will get liberated in this life only through Guru Kripa, self effort, any of these, or past birth punyas, all that. But nobody can give a time limit. Nobody can say it will happen now, because remember that 60-second rule. It only takes an instant for you. That rest of the preparation of many lifetimes, many years, many decades, many days, many months, many hours depends on your own drive, your own karmas, your own sweeping the floor daily, and so on. If you can say ये संसार तो है ही नहीं, मुझे दिखता ही नहीं, केवल वैराग्य ही वैराग्य दिखता है, only see dispassion, I only see God, perfect. Then you can be doing everything in the world, like King Janak, Sita Mata's father, ruling a kingdom. A king. I mean, all the Lord Rama, same thing. King Lord Krishna, same thing. They did everything, and there are many people who can handle that. But for initial stages, we have to see what our capacity is, what is our capability. So then he is saying they will never come back. So they are permanent residents, and then they basically go with Brahmaji and they get mukti, whereas the others, their visa will expire, it will not be renewed, and they will be asked to go back, and then they will get another chance. But in the meanwhile, their karmas have come down. Just like you going to expensive hotels and staying there, will anybody let you stay if you cannot pay them? Anybody? They will kick you out in a all the namaste, all the glory, all the thing of staying in 7-star hotels, this that is for your money, is your money. You go without money, you you will, they will not even let you enter inside, isn't it? Much in the same way, you take the spiritual wealth with you, God says, and then you go through Krama Mukti. You see how detailed each shloka is? We have to understand it very practically. Otherwise, सुन लिया ठीक है. तो the next shloka 16, Lord says, आ ब्रह्म भुवना लोकः पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते.
All the worlds up to the highest Brahma Loka are subject to the return of the soul. But he who attains me, Lord Krishna, O son of Kunti, Arjuna, for him there is no more rebirth. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hey Arjun, Brahma Lok पर्यंत सब लोक पुनरावर्ती है, परंतु हे कुंती पुत्र मुझको प्राप्त होकर पुनर्जन्म नहीं होता, क्योंकि मैं कालातीत हूँ
So,
और ये सब ब्रह्म आदि के
hmm.
लोक काल के द्वारा सीमित होने से अनित्य है. हरि ओम तत्सत.
So again, just to take this conversation a little bit further to what we were already discussing, Lord Krishna is saying, Brahma Lok Sahit, even till Brahma's Loka, the Creator's Loka, every Loka, meaning there are countless world systems, not just this earth planet. Yeah, earth, this earth, so-called earth, is like a grain of sand in the time of, in the space of cosmos, in the expanse of cosmos, of God's plan, you know. So then what he says is every loka, whether it's this earth, bhu bhuva swa maha janah tapah satyam, and then seven below, sutal patal talatal rasatal, all those things, he says there are jivas, souls living, some are struggling more than others, some are enjoying more, but everybody is going through their set of karmas, and then they are coming back and forth. So they are, it's like a rotating cycle happening. Punaravarti means they are coming back. Those people, all these jivas are going to come back. परंतु हे कौन्तेय, ओ अर्जुना, मुझे प्राप्त करने वाले का पुनर्जन्म नहीं होता. The only distinction between all those lokas and me is that people who come to me, meaning that one unit, one consciousness, one God of one non-duality, that concept, whoever comes to me is not going to come back again, whether they come through krama mukti or they go through jivan mukti. Jivan mukti and kram mukti, don't consider them as very separate things. They reach the same destination eventually. That's why it's called mukti. Like even that one gold medalist doctor we were talking about, he is also a doctor, so is everybody else who graduated. No difference. He just has a higher distinction. So much in the same way, whether you get krama mukti or you get jivan mukti, mukti is mukti. Liberation. So if you're entitled to that, you have done your job on planet Earth. So he says those devotees who are wanting me, they do daharopasana. Daharopasana means meditation on the heart. Within your heart there is a cave. Not many people know these things. There is a cave in within your heart, and there is a certain process through which you meditate on your Ishta Devata. We generally talk about think of your heart, think of the lotus, but there's a deep cave, which means it takes you inside, and you are totally secluded, and you and God are the only two entities there within your heart, and there is a process through which you do that meditation. It's called deep meditation, and those, he says, they reach me through um, krama mukti, and they also go through brahma loka. And the agni people, which we just talked to you about, the worldly people doing these rituals, and don't consider that as a easy thing, तो स्वर्ग मिल जाएगा. स्वर्ग के लिए भी ये पंचाग्नि, if you read that how panchagni is done, very detailed procedure, and that happens for 6 days and nights. They are not allowed to sleep even for a second. They have to be up, and they have to do all the rituals to the perfection, and they have to keep those fires. That's not what we are recommending at all, because that's not something we can or should do. We are not capable, and that is also the path of coming back only, which we don't touch. That is not the path we want to be on. So this is what God is drawing the contrast, that जो भक्त समस्त लोक कालबद्ध हैं. So the highlight here is that doesn't matter which loka you are in, which plane earth, which planet you are in, which life system you are in, they are all limited because of time and because of space. And therefore when your karma ends, you will have to come back to the terminal, grand central terminal called earth, mrityu lok, because this is where you will die, this is where you will, because the other lokas you don't create karma so much, you are only enjoying or you are paying, you are either suffering or you are reveling in luxury. But the karma is only created on bhumi, dharti lok. That's why they all keep coming back. And only, and they are all within the kala. Kala means time, time and space. So therefore, the only person who is kalatit is God himself. He is beyond time and space, and that one God beyond time and space also resides in you. आपके अंदर भी वही भगवान विद्यमान है. तो ये बिल्कुल संभव है कि आप उसी भगवान से अपने अंदर ही साक्षात्कार कर लीजिए. You can meet that one non-dual God within and have your connection with him in a totally selfless manner, and then you are uh, liberated automatically. That is the logical conclusion that will come. So krama mukti, may we all get mukti, whether it is jivan mukti or krama mukti, whether it takes 60 seconds or uh, how many lives, how much cleaning is needed, let us not worry about that. Enjoy the moment now, do your best now, avail the satsang now. So with this we conclude our satsang for today, and we will start from shloka number uh, what is the next shloka, Swamiji? Shloka number 17.
17.
So we have completed shloka number 16 today, and we 14, 15, 16. We'll start from shloka number 17 next Sunday. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
And thank you to all of you divine souls today. Sorry we were a few minutes late today, and but um, we have so many of you joining in. तो आप सबको शत शत कोटि कोटि नमन प्रणाम. जो सुन रहे हैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद. All of you, it's not possible to take everybody's name individually because sometimes this cell phone doesn't go on the previous ones, but every
Yeah,
one
it
of
doesn't
you,
show. I face that problem always.
yeah, so we know your hearts are pure, and each one of you are wonderful souls, and may God continue to take you on this beautiful journey. Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. जुड़े रहिए, हरि भक्त रहिए, कल्याण करते रहिए. हरि ओम तत्सत. तो चलिए, let us end with गीता महारानी आरती, because it's Gita's blessings. So we offer humble prostrations to Bhagavad Gita Ma, and after that we conclude our satsang for today. And thank you for your support and love and participation. And we also pray for Swami Lalita Priyananda ji's health. In spite of all that she is going through, she is continuing her Gupta Navratri also, which she is doing on Facebook, and many people are joining her there, which will end soon. I think today is the 8th, so tomorrow is the auspicious day. So let us pray for everybody.
Ending tomorrow, and the 10th day will be Vijay Dashmi, that we have climbed the ladder and moved up higher in our chakras.
So let us do 3
Hari Om.
Triambakam mantras for everybody's health. We don't say just mine or just Swami LP. Everybody, whoever needs this blessing and prayer, let us all chant 3 Triambakam mantras today, because it is Ashtami. Ashtami is a very blessed day of Ma Gauri, Ma Parvati,
Mahagauri.
Mahagauri, and may their blessings come to each one of you who is struggling. Uh, whether through health or through finances or through any problem, and also invoke your family so they can also all get these blessings. Om
Om Trayambakam
Trayambakam
Yajamahe
Yajamahe
Sugandim
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam
Pushtivardhanam
Urvarukamiva
Urvarukamiva Bandhanan
Bandhanan Mrityor
Mrityor
Mokshiyamamritat.
Mokshiyamamritat.
Om
Om Trayambakam
Trayambakam Yajamahe
Yajamahe Sugandhim
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam
Pushtivardhanam
Urvarukamiva
Urvarukamiva
Bandhanan
Bandhanan
Mrityor
Mrityor
Mokshiyamamritat.
Mokshiyamamritat. Om
Om Trayambakam
Trayambakam
Yajamahe
Yajamahe Sugandhim
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam
Pushtivardhanam
Urvarukamiva
Urvarukamiva Bandhanan
Bandhanan Mrityor
Mrityor
Mokshiyamamritat.
Mokshiyamamritat.
So let us do Aarti and then we'll end the satsang with some concluding mantras. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Om Deepajyoti Param Brahma Deepajyoti Janardana Deepo har tumhe papam puja Deepajyoti namo astute Dvesh buddhi vinashaye Deepajyoti namo astute Shubham karotu kalyanam Arogyam pushti vardhanam mam sampadam Atma Jyoti Pradipaye Brahma Jyoti Namo Astute Atma Tattva Prabodhaye Guru Jyoti Namo Astute. Forgot to tell you that July 2nd is Guru Purnima and July 1st they'll be celebrating at Miami Ashram, Guruji's Ashram, and that will be online. So Swamiji can forward you the link that they have provided. So to each one of you, happy Guru Purnima.
So a great day to remember all the teachers, but mainly the ones who are showing you the path to enlightenment, who all the gurus. Vyasji is the one who created this whole tradition, so we honor him also. Jaya Bhagavad Gita, Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Hariya Kamal Viharini, Hariya Kamal Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Karma Sumarma Prakashini, Kama Sakti Hara. Maya Kama Sakti Hara. Tattva Jnana Vikashini, Tattva Jnana Vikashini, Vidya Brahma Para. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Nishala Bhakti Vidhayini, Nirmal Malhari. Maya Nirmal Malhari. Charan Rahasya Pradayini, Charan Rahasya Pradayini, Sab Vidhi Sukhkari. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Rag Dvesha Vidarini, Karini Mod Sada. Maya Karini Mod Sada. Bhava Bhaya Harini Tarini, Bhava Bhaya Harini Tarini, Paramananda Prada. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Asura Bhava Vinashini, Nashini Tamarajani. Maya Nashini Tamarajani. Devi Sadgunadaini, Devi Sadgunadaini, Hari Rasika Sajani. ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी मैया हरि मुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवद गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय मैया मातु कृपा की जय हरि पद प्रेम दान कर हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर ली जय ओम जय भगवद गीते जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 करचरण कृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिनः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधं हरिः ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So with this we conclude our satsang for today. Thank you all for your bhakti, devotion. Hari Bhakt Rahiye. May you continue to be advanced spiritual aspirants. May God be the constant thought all the time in your minds. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. We will see you next week. Hari Om. Shanti. Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti,
Shanti.
Shanti.